Welcome to BattleBots at Home, the best place for miniature robots to kill each other. This episode features all the bots that have not gotten the second fight yet, and it's filled with some heavy hitters. As you can see, we have the return of several fan-favorite bots. Sawblaze is back and ready to throw down against Caution in a battle of 1-0 bots. The vertical spinner of Incredible faces off against the full-body spinner of Smasher in a fight between destructive weapons. And for our main event, it's one of the best control bots around going up against one of the best flippers around. It's the very strategic Inverse going up against the deadly catapult, Hydration. But first, the 0-1 Bad Idea hopes to find redemption against the 1-0 Wave. Let's get into that fight right now. Three, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. Two very dangerous spinners going head to head. Oh, Bad Idea gets a nice shot. And again, two very big blades. Another huge hit there. Throws Wave across the box. The two blades connect once again. Bad Idea falls on its face. It's very top heavy. It does have a self-right mechanism, so that's okay. Oh, thrown across the arena. Massive shot by Wave. So much power packed into these two dangerous machines. Whenever they go head to head, you never know what happens like that. And another good hit. Throws Wave on. Wave is on top of the screws. Wave is on top of the screws, courtesy of Bad Idea. Good shot there. Could that be it? Wave trying to get off the screws. Can they do it? And they do. They get off the screws. Amazing work by Wave. And another big collision as two bots go head to head. So much destruction here. But these bots are durable so far. Surviving these massive hits. These would destroy any other bots, but these two bots can dish out the hits and take them too, especially Wave, who throws Bad Idea back across. Bad Idea just keeping that massive blade point towards them, but they're not as good as pushing as Wave is. Wave has the weapon, but it can also push, it can also control, which should help them out here. Bad Idea is all about pure damage, just trying to destroy the opponent as fast as possible. The longer the fight goes on, the worse it could get for them. But so far, despite the massive hit, both these bots have held up. And another good hit by Bad Idea puts Wave on their side, but they can't self-right. And another massive hit. And Bad Idea, this is one of the big design flaws. They're top-heavy to keep falling on their face. But as long as they can keep getting up, it should be fine. But you never know. Another good hit by Wave. Wave just trying to show what they can do here. Getting some nice hits to the sides, trying to avoid the weapon of Bad Idea. That's the best. Oh, and that is why Bad Idea nearly threw Wave out of the arena with that hit. But Wave was able to bounce back. Bad Idea, just a very dangerous machine. But Wave shows they're dangerous too as Bad Idea gets pushed down. Oh, gets hit again. And oh, a massive piece of Bad Idea's come off. Half the robot is off. Bad Idea doesn't seem to be doing so good. They do have the self-right mechanism, but I think they might be down for the count. Another piece of Bad Idea goes off. Bad Idea is in a bad state, and I think that's going to be it. We have the countdown, and Wave will be going 2-0. Bad Idea is unfortunately going to be going 0-2. The bots had some good collisions. Bad Idea's blade is very big, but the biggest problem is that they just couldn't be stable, unlike Wave. Wave stayed on the ground, and even when they weren't, they were able to self-right, but Bad Idea kept falling over, and that gave Wave the time it needed to get the one shot it needed to properly break Bad Idea and just end the fight then and there. Wave, a powerful bot, also durable. In our next fight, we have two 0-1 bots in danger of going 0-2. It's the dual disc spinner of Rotator, hoping to take down the Cape Crusader, BattleBot. Who will win this matchup? Let's find out now. Three, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. BattleBot already doing damage to Rotator. I don't know how, but they took off their oh my goodness! Forget about damage to Rotator. Rotator just took off the entire lifter of BattleBot. BattleBot is without a weapon. I was gonna say that BattleBot was ahead on damage when he took off those pieces of Rotator, but that means nothing now as BattleBot has no more weapon. And just like that, their chance of winning this fight has gone down dramatically as Rotator pushes them into the corner. And now they're stuck between the wall and two big slicing discs. Rotator just showing no mercy as they grind at the bottom of BattleBot. Pieces coming off. BattleBot is not doing well right now. things cannot get any worse, except they do, as BattleBot has been flipped over, and without their lifter, they cannot self-right, and this fight is as good as over. We're going to be getting a countdown soon, and Rotator has bounced back. They went 0-3 last season. They lost their first fight this season, but now they're going to get a dominant win over BattleBot. BattleBot, unfortunately, falls to 0-2, and they are in shambles. Pieces of BattleBot all over the place. Good job to Rotator. So much happened within the first 5 seconds of the fight. BattleBot managed to take off some pieces of Rotator, but then when they tried to lift Rotator, I don't know what happened, but the entire lifter just broke off, and once that happened, BattleBot was pretty much done. Rotator just playing with them like a toy, just tearing pieces off. Eventually, they were able to flip them over, and once that happened, this superhero was down, and the movie ended pretty badly. In our next fight, we have ourselves a little rivalry, as the 1-0 Link goes up against its arch nemesis, Magnitude, who is currently 0-1 after a tough loss to Paradox. Now, these two bots have actually already fought each other twice. They first met back in Season 1, where Link claimed victory over Magnitude, and then they met again in Season 2, where Magnitude won the rematch by tearing Link to pieces. Who will win this tiebreaker fight? Let's find out right now. Three, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. Nothing like a good old rivalry. Both these bots have fought each other twice. They each won one fight against each other. Now this is a tiebreaker, and it looks like Link might win it as they get a good grab on the side of Magnitude, and Magnitude is not afraid. That disc is deadly. They've done major damage with it in the past. But right now, the control of Link is showing what they can do and throws Magnitude into the screws. Magnitude can self-right, but it's not accurate. It's kind of a chaos self-right, and Link is not giving them the time to do so, and they just get on them. Magnitude trying to spin up, trying to do some massive damage, but Link is able to just avoid it and pushes Magnitude into the Pulverizer. This is what you should do as a control bot against a massive spinner. Control them as well as you can. Magnitude taking those shots like a champ. They're not afraid, though. Magnitude going right head-to-head, but once again, Link gets a good grab. And as you can see, those long arms on Link are just perfect for grabbing robots, especially small, denser robots like Magnitude. Magnitude put into the other Pulverizer. Magnitude really needs to battle back here to get some points. They're trying to do damage to those arms, but those arms are actually pretty durable this time around. And Link is able to get the perfect hug on Magnitude, a hug of death, as you would call it. Magnitude just at the mercy of Link, but Magnitude isn't backing down. One good hit to maybe the wheels or the back could end this fight, but Link isn't letting that happen. And into the Pulverizer once again goes Link. Magnitude just being pushed around, and another Pulverizer. I've lost count of how many times Magnitude has been hit with the Pulverizer, but this is what you do as Link. You gotta use the hazard to your advantage, especially with a bot as deadly as Magnitude, as they get a good shot there to the side. Oh, but then just get grabbed once again. Link really showing that they're pretty good at controlling. Magnitude getting hit by the Pulverizer once again. Magnitude needs to get out of there right now. They need to do some major damage to that. Oh, speaking of damage, Magnitude has been decapitated. The entire weapon assembly has come off. I guess all those Pulverizer shots added up. They broke something clearly, and now Magnitude's without a weapon, and at this point, I think the fight's pretty much over. Magnitude's still fighting back as well as they can, but I don't know what they can do here as Link gets another good grab and pushes them onto the screws, and Magnitude is in all sorts of trouble, even more than before. They're getting grinded, they're on top of the screws, and I think that's it. I think Magnitude is done. Yeah, we're going to be getting a countdown anytime now, and just like that, Link gets revenge. Link showing that they are the better bot. Link really has evolved. They are a massively effective control bot. Those long arms just perfect for grabbing bots. And Magnitude just didn't know what hit them. This is going to be Magnitude's second loss to a control bot. They lost to Paradox in a similar way earlier. Magnitude is now 0-2. And it's clear that they have a weakness against control bots, and Link is a really good one of them. They were able to take off the weapon, they put him into the screws, they used the hazard to their advantage, and they earned a very solid win. In our fourth fight, we've got two 1-0 bots hoping to continue their win streaks. It's Sawblaze, who cut fall damage down to size in their first fight, going up against Caution, who was able to tame the wild bull of Minotaur in their first match. Caution used their flipper module for that fight, but this time they're switching to their horizontal spinner. Was it a good choice? Only one way to find out. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. Caution using a different weapon. Is that the right move? Maybe it is, that they tear off a piece of Sawblaze immediately. 1/3 of the scoop is now gone, but Sawblaze doesn't care as they get underneath Caution immediately. Sawblaze slicing off the side panel with that massive hammer saw. They do need to be careful about firing it into the disc. If they do, they could break it. But Sawblaze is a well-driven robot. I don't think they'll make that mistake. Caution just really trying to see what they can do. They're going to try to aim for the wheels, I guess. That big disc has the ability to cause damage, but so does that hammer saw of Sawblaze. Sawblaze bringing it down as much as they can. And that scoop is really good for scooping up opponents, that massive wedge. Or maybe not, as another piece of it goes off. And already, I think Caution is ahead. They've done massive damage to Sawblaze. Their dustpan has been split apart, and it's going to be harder to get underneath them now. Sawblaze still retaliating though, getting as many hammer shots as they can with that hammer saw, and they push them around. Those giant tires on Sawblaze makes it really good at pushing bots around, as you can see here. Very good at controlling matches. Caution, they kind of just do whatever they want. Sometimes they're a flipper, sometimes they're a spinner, sometimes they're an axe. Right now they're a horizontal spinner, and they've done some damage, but they need to get better at driving. Or, well, I guess so now as they get behind Sawblaze. Sawblaze really needs to battle back here. I think Caution may actually be ahead on damage, though, because of the damage done to the plow. But Sawblaze is used to just fighting back like this. They can definitely win on control and aggression. Caution, their disc, though, has it stopped spinning? It may just have stopped spinning. Or maybe not. Caution's weapon is back. I don't know what that was. I don't know why the weapon was off. If it was like just a temporary issue. But yeah, Caution's weapon is fully working. And they're going to try to use that weapon to do more damage. We got about a minute left. Sawblaze is trying to get as many shots in as they can. Just rack up control and aggression points. They're going to need it. But Caution just trying to maybe get a lucky KO. Just a lucky shot to end the fight then and there. Both these bots are 1-0. And they both want to go 2-0. That would pretty much give them a good chance of getting into the tournament. Caution really trying their best here. They got 30 seconds left, but they just can't get the knockout shot they want. Neither can Sawblaze, but they may not need to, as they just get behind Caution once again, pushing them around. And just like that, we got a few seconds left. Sawblaze, Caution, these two bots fought pretty hard, but in the end, only one of them is going to be able to win this decision. Sawblaze gets another good hit, and I think that's going to be the hit that they use to end the fight. And just like that, things will be going to the judges. This was a pretty good fight. That spinner on Caution did do damage. It did do a lot of damage to the front plow of Sawblaze, which was critical. However, aside from that, Sawblaze wasn't really phased. They kept driving pretty well. Their weapon still worked, and they used it to attack Caution as much as they possibly could to make up for damage and score more control and aggression. I think Sawblaze will likely have this just from controlling Caution as much as they possibly could. But let's make it official and get to the judges. Let's see their decision. And the winner by unanimous decision is Sawblaze! We've now reached the halfway point of the episode, meaning it's time to take a sneak peek at our special main event between Hydration and Inverse. Let's take a look. In our next fight, we have two bots that really have made a name for themselves last season. It's Very Violent taking on Blacksmith. Both bots are 1-0 but have very different designs. Which will prove to be superior? Let's find out now. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. Two bots meet head in the middle. Very Violent immediately gets to the sides of Blacksmith, pushing him on the sidewall. Oh, but there goes the grabber of Very Violent. But that happens a lot. Their main weapon are those dual lifters that allow them to move in weird directions like that. They get a good lift, takes off the top of, Blacksmith, but both of the lifters are now gone. And Very Violent is now just a rectangle with wheels. And, I guess Blacksmith hates rectangles as they are absolutely beating them up pretty badly. I'm not really sure what Very Violent can do. We've never seen them take this much damage before. They've never been beaten this badly. They don't have their weapons. And I'm not really sure what Very Violent can do. They rely on those unique tricks and movements with those arms, but without those arms, there's nothing they can do. And Blacksmith taking full advantage with that hammer, taking them to Pound Town, getting revenge from those earlier shots that they got. Very Violent getting to the side of Blacksmith, but this time there isn't much they can do without any of their weapons. They have no grabber, they have no lifters, and I'm not really sure how they can win this fight, or maybe they can as they push Blacksmith into the wall. They're not giving up, but Blacksmith making them feel the pain as they push them into the sidewall and just hitting them again and again with that massive hammer. Another huge hit there. That hammer is so powerful, so deadly. All just getting some massive shots here. And then there's the polarizer as well. And there goes, oh my goodness, the wheels have been separated. Very Violent has been split in half in a very violent way. Very Violent, one of the best bots we've had, but they have suffered a horrible, horrible loss at the hammer of Blacksmith.
2, 1.
At the beginning, Very Violent did what it usually does. They're able to get underneath Blacksmith, get to their sides, and just push them, and just do that thing they do with those lifting arms where they push robots around. They lost their grabbing arm, but that wasn't too bad. What was bad was when they tried to lift Blacksmith, but I think the weight of the bot just broke both their lifters off. Never seen anything like that, but once their lifters were gone, Very Violent had no ways of being offensive, and Blacksmith just smashed him like a pancake. Very Violent dies a very violent death. I hope you like spinners because we've got two of them ready to kill each other right now. It's the 1-0 full body spinner of Smasher going up against the 0-1 vertical spinner of Incredible. This fight is sure to be destructive. Let's get into it right now. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. This is going to be a fun one. Massive collision. There goes the Skeleton Man. And Smasher just turns Incredible inside out for a second. Incredible able to self-right though. They can self-right. Oh, but Smasher doesn't give them a chance as they smash them across the box. Both bots proving to be very dangerous. This could end with just one massive hit. Incredible struggling to self-right. Smasher taking full advantage. Another huge hit there. Oh my goodness. Incredible has been completely destroyed. The weapon's gone. Oh, just frozen at the camera. Be careful with that. Incredible is, they're dead. Incredible's just dead. There's no other ways of putting it. Smasher has smashed the competition. The Skeleton Man's bones are broken. And Smasher smashes Incredible in an incredible fight. You see the collisions these two bots had. I had a feeling this fight was going to last long. One of these two bots was going to die horribly. And unfortunately, it was Incredible. Incredible just couldn't be stable. They couldn't self-right in time. And Smasher just went to work, tore them to pieces. And this is a deadly full-body spinner that is now 2-0. The last time we saw Mac and Cheese, it took Burger Time to Flavor Town and got them out of the arena for a well-deserved win. Their latest challenge, however, is Beta, who totally annihilated BattleBot in their first fight. Who will win this matchup and go 2-0? Let's find out now. 3, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. The British hammer of Beta against the American mac and cheese of mac and cheese. Mac and cheese getting a good lift, and a grab. Beta takes off on the side panels, and already a massive suplex. Mac and cheese is a really good control bot, as you can tell, getting some good grabs immediately, but Beta is not phased. They are not afraid, and bringing down the hammer. Very good drive system on Beta. They're well driven. That hammer is powerful and dangerous. They used it to destroy BattleBot earlier. Mac and cheese took down the likely less dangerous Burger Time, but still both these bots have wins under their belt. And now one of them will go 2-0, and it looks like it might be Beta so far, as they are just smashing into Mac and cheese with that hammer. Mac and cheese trying to get a grip. Beta is very low everywhere. It might be hard to grab, or maybe not. Mac and cheese proving me wrong immediately, trying to get some good grabs. That's what they really need to do in this fight. Beta hits them with that hammer once again. Mac and cheese trying to retaliate, and they get to the side of Beta, trying to get underneath them. Beta, though, very tough, very durable robot, but it's not. Oh my goodness! And Mac and cheese getting some good suplex. A massive lift from the pasta-themed powered robot. They get a good lifter. They get a good lift. Beta flipped over. Beta on its face, and they can't self-right from this position. From this position specifically, I don't think the hammer has enough torque to self-right. And just like that, Mac and cheese is going to take down one of the deadliest hammer bots we've ever seen and advance the 2-0, while Beta will have to fall to 1-1. Mac and cheese gets a major upset, an impressive victory for this deadly pasta fiend bot. Now that was a good fight. Most people probably would not believe Mac and cheese could beat a bot like Beta, but they did exactly that. That suplexing grabber, very effective. They lifted Beta. Now Beta was able to self-right here, but that's because the axe was in the closed position. But when it's opened, it just can't self-right that way. That's how they lost the Tough back in Season 2. Once they got this lift, Beta could not self-right, and Mac and cheese suplexed its way to another victory. It is now time for our anticipated main event. It's the control bot of Inverse versus the Flipper of Hydration in what is sure to be a fight to remember. First up is Hydration. They made it to the top 16 last year, and it's easy to understand why. That Flipper has launched bots to heights we've never seen before, and no matter what, they're always just one flip away from ending a fight. However, Inverse has already had a main event fight against a powerful Flipper in the form of Bronco, where they won. Inverse's lifter may not be the most destructive weapon out there, but it is the king of controlling opponents, and once it gets underneath you, you're in for a world of pain. But now it's time for these two titans of the sport to collide with each other. Who's going to take the victory and get their second win in a row? It's time to find out right now. Three, 2, 1. Let the main event begin. The bots go face to face, nose to nose. Hydration gets the first flip. A massive flip at the beginning. Froze Inverse overhead, but Inverse retaliates, gets a good lift. They hit our camera again because forget our camera, I guess. The robots hate our camera this season. I don't know why. But Hydration gets a massive flip and froze Inverse skywards into the air. Inverse still okay so far. Another massive hit. Inverse taking the shots pretty well so far. Piece comes off of Hydration, but there goes the lifter of Inverse. Inverse in a lot of trouble. They have no weapon. Thrown to the sky. Oh my god! Oh my goodness! Inverse has been split into 3 pieces, and the fight is over! I've never seen anything like that. Hydration threw Inverse into the sky. They fell on Hydration, and they broke into pieces. Hydration wins this fight in one of the most brutal KOs we've ever seen on the show. We've seen a lot of flippers on this show, but Hydration is by far the deadliest, just in terms of pure damage. Look at the sheer height they were throwing Inverse. Inverse didn't know what they could do. Inverse tried their best, but Hydration just showing what happens when you mess with gravity, and this right here may just be the best KO we've ever seen. Throws them into the sky, they fall on Inverse, and they break into pieces. We've never seen anything like this. We've seen robots die many times, but never like this. Hydration is a new breed of destruction. Hydration earns an amazing win and goes 2-0. They will be a force to watch going forward. And with that, another episode of Robotic Destruction has concluded. Just to recap, Bad Idea had a bad time against Wave. Rotator broke BattleBot. Length settled the score with Magnitude. Sawblaze won a decision against Caution. Very Violent got hammered by Blacksmith. Incredible got slammed by Smasher. Beto was bested by Mac and Cheese. And in our main event, Inverse had a crash landing courtesy of Hydration. As always, we hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Thanks for supporting the channel, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.